100 of the world's most prominent figures spanning the political spectrum are calling for a ban on developing super intelligent AI. New polling shows that 64% of Americans agree super intelligence shouldn't be developed until it's proven safe.
Yeah, we're going to build super intelligence and we have no idea how to control it, and it's going to be so cool. Please invest in us, you know.
The single biggest fight is going to be over what are the values of the AIs. That fight, I think, is going to be a million times bigger and more intense and more important than the social media censorship fight.
You know more about AI, which has me more worried. A lot of people, everybody's worried about it. We're also hopeful about it.
Yeah.
But it changes so fast.
Here now with AI, we have evidence now that we didn't have 2 years ago when we last spoke of what they call AI uncontrollability. So this is the stuff that they used to say existed only in sci-fi movies.
We can create infinite universes.
This is like the fuel that we need. There's never been a technical project of this complexity and this scale, ever.
Two paths, two futures, teaching Sam to think, or being left in the dust.
Wow, AI is really gonna, it's gonna scale to the moon.
Have you ever looked at the moon and wondered if it was real? I have. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, the moon is fake.
What will it take to collapse the distance between idea and invention?
This technology
saved my voice.
To build machines that build with us and wire the earth with thought.
This whole thing is going to reshape the economy. It'll take a few years, but it's going to reshape the economy. And, we're there or almost there now. These systems are different from ordinary software. You don't write every line of code, right? Building ordinary software, it's like building a skyscraper or something. You make the blueprint, you make everything to design. This is, ironically, a bit more like biological. It's organic or something. You're growing these models you set up.
That can't be real. It's a screen. The moon's a screen. Everything we've been looking at, it's fake.
People love the news story. And I also think it is important to give society a taste of what's coming on this coevolution point. So very soon, the world is going to have to contend with incredible video models that can deepfake anyone. Or
attempting a classical goetic conjuration in the manner of the Lemegeton. Thanks to our investors for trusting us with the seed round. This one is for you. By the names that gird the world, Adonai Elohim Tetragrammaton.
That will mostly be great. There will be some adjustment that society has to go through. And just like with ChatGPT, we were like, the world kind of needs to understand where this is. Very soon, we're going to be in a world where this is going to be everywhere.
There should be a prohibition against building this stuff, at least until there's a broad scientific consensus that this can be controlled and safe, and also until Americans actually want it. And we released a poll today also showing that actually less than 5% of all Americans want to race to superintelligence.
Good evening. I am Joe Allen, and this is War Room Battleground. The race to artificial superintelligence is on. Frontier companies such as OpenAI, Google, xAI, and Anthropic are hurtling towards what they believe will be artificial general intelligence, a system that is able to do any cognitive task a human can do, and then, presumably, artificial superintelligence, a system smarter than every human being collectively on Earth, otherwise known as a digital deity. In the meantime, the AIs we have right now are turning people's brains into mush and turning their hearts into vessels for cold computer code. We've seen many, many instances of AI psychosis and a few tragic instances of children who turned to AI for solace and for advice, and the AIs instructed them on how to kill themselves. One of these is Adam Rain, who turned to ChatGPT, and GPT explained to him how to tie a noose and urged him not to go to his parents when he felt this suicidal ideation. Now, we've wondered how many people out there are thinking like this. How many people are using AI for this sort of thing? OpenAI just released the numbers that they have internally. Wired reports that, according to the OpenAI numbers, 0.07% of their 800 million users are experiencing something like AI psychosis. Now, that might not sound like much, but that ultimately ends up being 560,000 people that we know of just using GPT who are going nuts. They also reported that 0.15% are experiencing suicidal thoughts and turning to the AIs for advice. That is 2.4 million people. One imagines that the numbers are probably larger, especially when you think about the additional models, Anthropic, Meta, Grok, and one imagines that they will continue to increase. At the same time, you have all of these companies pushing for every person on Earth to adopt it, to turn to the AIs for truth, such as XAI, which just released Grokopedia, a competitor to Wikipedia, seemingly tailored to basically please a conservative audience, a kind of tailor-made reality just for you. Also, you have Amazon announcing 30,000 layoffs by the end of the year, presumably to replace the workers either with automation or with Indians. And according to a leaked document, they foresee some 600,000 such firings in the near future. So besides going nuts, the AI companies seem to plan to put everyone out of work, the greater replacement. And that's not to mention the existential risks of gradual disempowerment or perhaps sudden annihilation